Welcome to Infinity Capital, everyone. My name is Raj. So today we are going to talk about Granules India. It's a part of our short-term portfolio. The market cap is around 7,800 crores. It's a mid-cap company which is in the business of active pharmaceutical ingredients. They also make some finished dosages. So finished dosages are your medicines. Plus they have an R&D facility as well, wherein basically they work on new filings, in the market. So what is the core business of Granules? So they have a strong presence in paracetamol, ibuprofen. These are the metmorphin. These are the primary APIs that they focus on, and these primary APIs get 60% of their revenue from US and Europe. So it's an export oriented company, and 60% of their revenue comes from these products. Apart from that, they also make finished dosages. Those are your medicines. So they do sort of contracting work for big pharma companies. It could be either a Sun Pharma, Lupin, or it could be any other, pharma company abroad. So they will do the tech transfer to Granules, and then they will make these finished dosages, medicines, right? What is the emerging business? So basically, the company has acquired, a company in Virginia. So this is in USA, wherein they would be focusing on formulation R&D. So basically acquiring a company gives them the technological know-how. So they acquire the company with the whole tech know-how. And the people in that business know more about R&D, so they'll basically just take over the company and the business. That will give them a leverage, understand the R&D business well, or how do they go about making molecules on their own. The drug discovery process, right? So they are entering into the they have entered into the R&D space, and then they would probably then move on to filing their own ANDAs and possibly making their own finished formulations. That's the next step for these kind of companies. So they have around 8 manufacturing sites, 2,200 people working with them, right? And when we come on their products, so if you'll see, they make active pharmaceutical ingredients. So these are basically APIs which are used in making medicine. So these are the API, active pharmaceutical ingredients in bulk. They make this in bulk, and then they are used in making medicines. So on the product end also, if you'll see, they make finished dosages. So these are your medicines. If you look here, these are your medicines, tablets, caplets, pre-fill capsules, and so on and so forth. On the research and development side, they have their process R&D. So the process R&D basically works on more efficient processing of chemicals and better formulations. Then they have the tech R&D, wherein they would work on the technology side, developing new molecules and so on and so forth. So this is what they do overall. This company has a lot of promise. In the past, they have given great returns to investors, and my sense is that this company will continue to grow and help investors to make great money. So this is the overall picture. On the big picture side, the government has come up with the PLI scheme for roughly around 15,000 crores. So that would help the industry, overall. And the most important thing is, guys, if you see, Indians spend around 15,000 crore on immunity boosters. So 15,000 crore is a big sum. This was the amount of money that was spent in 2020, 2021 on healthcare, immunity. So this will also give a big push to this industry where Granules, caters to. On the shareholding pattern, promoters hold a good amount of stake, right? And FIIs hold around 23%. DIIs are not present much in this space, in this stock. If you'll see that, the FIIs have been constantly increasing their stake in the company, right? So this is a good sign. Around 33% of the stock is available with general public to trade. All right. Let's look at the cash flows. The cash flows are around 432 crores. Company has generated positive cash flow since the past 3 years. Okay, so that is a good sign. Let's look at the balance sheet. There has been no meaningful dilution in the equity since the past 6-7 years. That is also very good. They have around 750 crores of borrowings, right? So that comes to approximately 10% of the total market cap, which is pretty all right. It's not much. Now, a couple of things to take note of. If you see that gross block has increased, it's almost doubled from 984 crores to 1900 crores, which means that they are doing some sort of expansion, capacity expansion, brownfield. It could be greenfield expansion or a brownfield expansion. So usually what happens when a company takes capacity expansion, it may have to borrow money. They might pay it from internal accruals. So they might possibly pay it from their reserves. They may have some cash on the balance sheet from where they will fund this capex, or they might take a loan, right? So if you would like to invest in this company for a longer period, then you could do a deep dive as to what sort of capacity expansion are they doing, what sort of plants are they making, what ingredients or products will they be making in these new plants. So what happens when you put up a new plant? Two things happen. One is your cost increases. You have to shell out money up front. So money is going out of your company, and there is a depreciation, because whenever you buy an asset, the asset starts depreciating. Except for land, all assets start depreciating, whether it is plant, machinery, even the software which companies buy to use for their company, it gets depreciated. Cars, heavy machinery, anything. So office, if you made an office, even that gets depreciated. So if you see, the depreciation has also doubled. So how does depreciation affect the P&L? We'll look here. So see, if the depreciation in 2017 was around 76 crores and it's currently 151 crores. So this is basically eating up the profits. If you look here, the operating profit is 855 crores. It's roughly double of, more than double of the operating profits of 2019. However, it is not reflecting as much, in the net profit. So once this once the new capacities come in full force, they are operational in full force, we will see a sudden expansion in sales and a sudden expansion in profits as well. Now, what interesting thing here is that the margins are expanding, so that's a good sign. Sales are also expanding at a higher clip. Their sales have doubled in the past 4 years, right? Profits have gone up by roughly around 300 basis points. So these numbers are extremely encouraging, and this is the reason why we've identified this stock, to invest for the next 2 quarters. Let's look at the March results. 800 crores of sales as opposed to 600 crores of sales. 128 crores of profits as opposed to 92 crores. So excellent sales and profits. And if you will see, December to December, higher numbers. September to September, higher numbers. So clear traction, clear acceleration in sales and profits. So very good sign. Let's do a PE analysis. On the PE front, the 5-year median PE is around 17. The stock is trading at a PE of around 14. So good valuation from the PE front. Last year when it made a low in 2019, the PE was around 8. And in the COVID low, the PE was around 11. So we are getting this at a decent PE, considering the fact that pharma stocks and API stocks are market leaders right now. We are not going to get it at a PE of 12 or 10, but if the median PE is around 17, buying the stock at 14 PE is pretty good, in my opinion. Let's do a quick technical analysis. So what was happening in Granules? Granules was basically locked in this 5-year trading range between basically 70, 80 to 180. This was the range that Granules was locked in, and then it broke out. So it broke out, it almost doubled after the breakout. From 170, it became 400, right? So there is clear traction. As price momentum wise, there is a clear momentum in the price. Now let me show you something interesting. in granules. Okay, so what happened earlier? So if you'll see earlier, between 2000 and 2012, between 2012 and 2014, the stock was trading within a range of around 14 to 27, and then the stock broke out and it made a rise of around 500%, and then it went sideways. So basically if you look at it from a technical point of view, even if you missed this 200 sort of percent rally, you still had a more 50-70% rally to make money in the short term in this stock. However, considering the fact that we are looking at a sustained tailwind in the pharma sector, I think that we will have a good rally in this sector for the next 4 to 5 years. Considering that the masses are not vaccinated completely, the whole world should take around 2-3 years at a bare minimum to get vaccinated, and pharma companies or API companies related to pharma companies should do brilliantly well. So what's the trade here? Basically, let's go to the daily chart and let's look at the moving averages. So the 50-day moving averages was trading downwards, but now it has gone sideways. If you look here, so the 50-day moving average has gone sideways. Why? Because the stock is just trading in this short range. This is the range in which the stock is trading in, between 300 and 350, 360. So this is an ideal range to basically start accumulating the stock, right? So between 300 and 350 is an ideal range to start accumulating the stock. And what would be the investing timeline? The timeline would be basically at least 2 quarters. We are going to hold this at least for 2 quarters, and we are going to look at at least a 50 to 60% upside in this stock. So if we are buying here between 330, 340, our first target would be around 440, 450, so expecting it to reach its all-time high. And then we'll see how the traction is, how the next quarter results come in. If the results are great, we will expect the stock to continue, trading higher, right? So this was the analysis, guys. Quick disclaimer, this is not a buy-sell recommendation. This video is for educational purposes only. Thanks a lot, guys.